Test, test. We are live here at Community First Champion Center for the Freeze tournament. The 10UAs. Freeze taking on Lakeshore Sirens. Jimmy, where is Lakeshore Sirens from? You know? Sheboygan area. The Freeze are continuing. They've been on a roll, undefeated so far this season. Don't want to jinx them now, but I'm going to tell you how it is. In the net today, we have Evie Allen for game one. We have 3 games today for the Freeze. This morning at 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock, I believe. I do have them on the schedule, so if I'm wrong, I apologize. The schedule is correct. Capacity crowd here at the Champ Center. As the Freeze head over to the net, gather around their goal. Allen makes her way through. Who's in that? Evie Allen. Allen. Here they come. Marshall steps out at center, Cotton to her right. And that looks like Minahan on the left wing. Capacity crowd just cheering. Piper and looks like it might be Onola back on that clock.
Hadley at center for the Blue.
Is that right? Okay. One of their former teammates, Hadley Slater, on the Siren side at center. Oh, that's looks like it might be Kozak back on D. I'll get that to you. And Marshall takes it right away up the right side. Has Minahan and Kopic looking inside. Puck is there. Kopic misses that one. Minahan steps up. She picked Marshall. Fires it in the corner. And that is a goal with 17 seconds. Darn. Long time. Long time. What are they waiting so long for? That was a nice puck movement right away out there. They had Marshall took that on the right side. Opened everything up. Kopic and Minahan both had opportunities. Line stays the same. Minahan and Kopic switch sides. Sirens bring it back in their own defensive zone. Puck gets launched into the middle. Sent back again. Kopic now this time. Winds her way around. Gets a lackadaisical shot, but it's going to get back behind the net. Picked up back into the middle. Marshall just about stepped up in front and was able to grab number 2 early in the game. Sirens trying to get in their offensive zone for the first time this game. And they'll launch that one through. Line changes all around. Marshall loses her footing there as Sirens trying to. There it is, wide open. That's danger for the Sirens. Marshall all by herself. Well, the Sirens, nice little chip. The Sirens were able to put a body on Malia and kind of redirect her. Puck's back. Kozak has it. Chips it up to Collada. Collada for a moment. Tim fires. Save. Collada again. Just moves that puck, looks inside, trying to find Frankie. Who got that one? Was that Collada? She did. Kylie Collada was able to pick up her own rebound and put that one home. 2-0 Freeze. I think the Sirens are going to be in for a long morning. Colada, Tim, and Harper up front. Kozak over to Schill. Schill moves it over to Hahn. Hahn gets into the zone. Dumps it back behind the net. Kozak holds that blue line, chips it back. That near corner. Sirens winding around on his harp as Carly Hahn heads off. Abby Schill holds that through the red zone. Offsides call as Tim couldn't make it back on the right side of the blue line in time. 9:18 left in this first period. Malia brings Minahan. And I think that's Frankie Schumacher to left wing. First icing call of the game. Puck is now down on the goalie stick side. Schumacher and Minahan to the right. Malia goes left over to, I think that's Kotola over there. Lauren. Sirens on a break. They're going to get that shot off the goalie's stick, top bar, and out. Evie Allen gets her first save. L'Esperance tries to work her way through traffic. Gets it over to Minahan, who then hands it off to Schumacher. Schumacher just trips that one inside it. No goal. Oh, it was in the crease yet. I thought that might have slid past the line. That was a hard shot. Schumacher just blistered that one. Plata has Kopic and Kozak, so it's lined up to her left. Hahn and Schill out. Coach redirects traffic, and the puck is down. Hahn sips up, fires that one in, and saved. Held up by Kozak, trying to work her way through. Holds again, over to Colada. Kopic picks up, chips that one, and it's still free. And the Sirens move it out. Sirens got a nice shot off there. Puck inside, Sirens take it away, moving it out of the zone through neutral zone. Little Creed, little choppy. Checking out the bird cam this morning. It looks like the Cardinals enjoying breakfast. Marshall has the puck down. L'Esperance is going to pick this one up. Oh, Tim has that one back behind the net. Minahan slides in. Lauren Kotola for a moment. And the puck gets driven in the neutral zone. Piper over Marshall. Marshall looks up ice. She's going to wing this one across ice, near boards. Icing is called. Puck's out. Claudia fires this one back. Chill. Gets it over to Hahn. Hahn working up the board. Back to Schill. Schill now digs it out. She drives that into the offensive zone. Claudia chips it forward into that far corner. Claudia now has that plenty of time. No one there. Picked up by Schumacher. Schumacher gets that shot on off the side of the net. Puck's driven held by Schill. Schill looks up ice. Chips it over to Hahn. Schumacher. Schumacher back to Hahn. Marshall lines up, fires, and it gets held up by one defender. Now she backhands that one again. This is a nice replay. It's about 15 seconds behind on the video. Marshall holds that puck down as the fresh legs get out on ice. Marshall fires, swing, fires again, and it is in. Another $5. Marshall has a Copper will get this goal. Marshall gets the assist. (3-0) freeze. 5:04 left in the first. Pops down. Marshall moves it up. Gets a chip back to the neutral zone. Center ice. Lauren looking over to Minahan's side right in front of us here. Puck gets winged around. Far wall. Now it's going to go through the neutral zone into the defensive zone. Picked up by Piper L'Esperance, number 9. She makes her move. Ships it up off the boards, and it's sent right back to her. Over far ice, Minahan. Minahan working in the offensive zone. Topic now puts one of the players down. Chip back to Marshall. Marshall winds up. She gets a shot off. Oh, wow, that would have been a nice opportunity for a one-timer there. Shot goes wide as Marshall heads off ice. Going to be replaced by Kylie Collada. Schill holds neutral zone. Winds around, comes our way. Picking up speed, she gets taken down, no call. Tim has it. Moves inside, shoots wide. .330 left in this first period. 3-0 freeze. Sirens. Number 5, Hadley. Schroeder shoots. Number saved by Evie Allen. That was a hard shot, too. Schill using the boards. Here she comes. Tim on her inside. She makes that pass, look inside. Picked up, shot. Outside. What, that shot? 26 or was it? No, it wasn't. It was 26, I think. That would have been on. Carly? L'Esperance tries to get Schrader again. She just had that last half. Here she comes, winds up, she scores. You better be careful of that number 5. She's a player on that team. Puck's down, L'Esperance near boards in our defensive zone. Tries to get it up out of there, and it's turned around by the Sirens again. There it breaks free. Marshall has this one. Splits the defenders. Back to Piper. Piper steps up. She's going to fire that one. Look for Minahan inside to Marshall. Back to Frankie. Schumacher gets this one shot and deflected back. 5 Sirens just all bunched right in front of their own net. That's got to be tough for the goalie. They are packing the house. Back to L'Esperance again. Piper moves it into the offensive zone. Could have been offside. They're going to let that one go. Minahan was a step over. Over to, no call there. Well, 1:20 left in the first period. 3-1 freeze. Marshall fires that far corner. And that puck's going to come back. That's got to be a icing. It is. Tick, tick, boom. Wasn't this a guest of ours' favorite song? His walk-up song? John Bang's walk-up song was boom. If you're wondering what we're talking about, we're talking about the Hotel Lobby podcast. Check it out on Spotify. Looks like Evie Allen's got a little maintenance getting done to her leg pad as for the goalie. Fixed up, TJ Minahan. TJ fixes her up, sends her back, and the puck is about to go down. Kopic and Hahn lined up to the right-hand side. Plata gets it back. Schill fires one in there. Good from the blue line, Abby Schill. Might have been tip. Yeah, maybe. May have been tip, can't tell. We'll have to check that out on the video. Plata punches that one forward in the offense zone. The Sirens have it. Schill ricochets off a Siren. Back to Kozak. She's looking back forth. Gets it over back to Schill. Schill winds up, takes it. Finds Kylie. Puck gets just in front of Kylie. Couldn't get there in time, and there's a mad rush for that puck. Sirens take it out. Piper. Nice little move by Piper again. Piper L'Esperance loses it on the last second there as it goes far corner. Kopic into the corner. Bodies up on one of the Sirens, and the puck is driven back again. Kozak has that one. Offsides by a lot. William Marshall back out at center. Han to her right, Cop to her left. Back on D is Piper Lesperance and Claire Colzak. Marshall muscles that one forward. Gets that shot off, and that will end the first period. 4-1 freeze. Looks like they only have 1 minute intermissions in here for this tournament. Something puzzling you, buddy? You got a game?
Are you open yet?
Oh, I've been checking. I believe at 11 a.m. Is that right?
9:30.
Who's singing this?
It's not the best mode, but it is the best mode. I don't know who's singing.
Oh, yeah. But the song is by Depeche. Yeah. All right, second period. Evie Allen heads over to her net. Swapping sides. Tim to her left. Minahan to her right. Back on D. Lauren and Piper. Marshall looking back. It's Lauren. Hold up. She winds it back over to Marshall. Marshall has that, moves inside the offensive zone. She winds up, shoots just over the top of the net. Held by Lesperance, and she'll put it back in. We're looking for Tim off of the bar. Boy, that pipe. Wings it back around to Lesperance. Misses that one. Keeps it in, and Sirens do take it into the neutral zone. Lesperance gets it over to Tim, or Han. Tim. That was Harper. Sirens trying to move it out of the zone. Marshall holds again there. They fire that one out. It's going to come back. That's an icing. Bring it back to the goalie's glove side. Do you concur?
Yeah.
That's fun. Look at this video. Again, you got a 15-second delay to come back and watch it. Claudia, Frankie Schumacher. Topic for a moment. She heads off, replaced by Han. Puck's driven back. Schill holds. That's a shot on. Fired in the middle. Oh, Kylie just about picked up that gift. Pretty clean game so far. No penalties either side. That'll be the Jenks. Kozak has this. Goes back behind Evie Allen. Chips up. Held. Off. On. Again, chips it up. Almost drills that coach in the face. And there's the offsides ball. New front lines out there, Marshall. Kopic, Minahan. Kozak and Schill stay back on D. They're going to move this to the center.
That's where he first shot it from while the person was outside.
That's why you're here, buddy. You got the knowledge of the game. That is where the person shot it from when it went off sides, and that is where we will drop the puck. Back, Minahan, back over to Schill. Schill holds the neutral zone, fires it up off the skate of Marshall. Marshall has this again. Shoots that one. That one goes up high. Kopic looking to pick that up. Loses that one over to the Sirens. Back to the neutral zone. Everybody resets. Kozak over to Schill. Schill loses that. Back deep into the defensive zone. Sirens are there. Punch it back behind Allen. You got a freeze breakout here. 4-on-1. Not looking good for the Sirens. Marshall loses that one off of number 13. Tries to get that inside. Back to Kozak. Winds up. Plenty of time. Shoots off of one of the skates of the Sirens. Back again. Marshall. Waiting. Now she's got clear. Couldn't quite get that over to Kopic, so the puck just skated in front of her stick. Off the skate of Piper, sends it back deep. L'Esperance over to Marshall. Marshall looks up ice. Has Hahn. Hahn in the center. Driving gets that shot just wide. Oh, I know. Oh, puck gets moved around. And it's still held in blue offensive zone. A lot of traffic in front of us here. Is it capacity crowd? Sometimes it's that Schrader from the Sirens. Winds up, gets that shot. Never saved by Evie Allen. But they're going to get that one. Schrader couldn't get the goal, so she got the assist. Just watching the replay here as she's going to come down and get that shot off. Nice save. She's going to pick it back up. Sends it inside. We did not have that defender, and that Schrader gets an assist on that one. Nicely done. 4-2 in favor of the Freeze. 8:16 left in the second. Harper, Tim, just swipes that one, kick save. Kozak fires it back in. Minahan this time, shot. Puck's free again. Another rebound back there. Kozak picked up by Minahan. Circles, looks to get inside the Collada. Gets held up. Now that puck gets driven inside. Tim was there for a moment. Kozak chips it, and that gets sent. I don't know if that'll be ice. They're going to wave it off. No, they won't. They'll call it. Bring it back to the glove side of the Siren goalie. Marshall will have Hahn and Frankie Schumacher to her left. Schill to the right on D, and Kozak back on D. Back to Schumacher. She circles around, gets that shot off of number 5, Schrader, I believe. Puck driven back. Gets it to Schumacher. Winds up again. Off again, number 5. Schill wanting to take that forward. Misses that puck, and the Sirens got a little break. Puck's wrapped around for a moment. Marshall has that one, chips it off. Couldn't quite get it around her. Hahn and Kozak battling on the boards. Puck still there. There, Marshall has it. She'll dump into that far corner. The attack is on. Here come the Freeze. Frankie Schumacher looks inside, just wide. Looking to get it over to Carly Hahn. Marshall puts it back into the center again. That's going to be an offsides call as we're changing out. Is that a... Oh, we got our first power play. This power play brought to you by the Bank of Kakana. TJ Minahan, president, sponsoring us on this one. Thank you, TJ. Bank of Kakana. With that, Freeze are on their first power play of the game. Plata, Minahan, and Kopic lined up to the left. Shoots it over to Minahan, or wouldn't that be something if Minahan sponsoring and his kid gets that goal? Plata looks inside. Minahan waiting for that pass. And the Sirens are going to be able to clear it out. There is nothing worse than a shorthanded goal against us. TJ, you're still sponsoring this one, even though we got scored on. Bank of Kakana will continue on for 36 more seconds as the Freeze are holding on to a slim lead at 4-3. I think the Freeze weren't quite ready for this game. The Sirens are after them. Pass inside, picked up. Plata. What are there, 8 seconds left? 5. That's going to be the end of the power play. Minahan brings it inside. Held by Marshall. She goes down again. Over to Lauren Cordula. She punches it into that near corner. Puck down again. Marshall's going to get that fire. Oh, ricochets off one of the Siren players. On. 2 swings and 2 misses. On then able to follow it up, pick it back up. Marshall. Looking inside. Cobb couldn't get that backhand on it. Picked up by Kola. She's going to go looking for a D-to-D pass, I think, probably what she was trying to do. Marshall turns around, gets held up for a moment. Han! Tim! Boy, that puck's just drifting around in the crease. L'Esperance winds up. Over to Marshall, this is it. Oh! Off the bar. Scoring opportunities, here it comes. Off the ricochets, off a Siren again. We have some scoring opportunities. That goal, that net is stopping us. Pop down to the neutral zone off the boards. Piper gets it back offensively. Zone and back in the neutral zone. Harper. Han to Tim. Harper now punches it into the offensive zone. I'm seeing a lot of just slapping of the puck. No one's taking it and driving. And there's the offsides call. A little bit of sloppy play here by the Freeze as of late. Plata over to Schumacher. Schumacher loses it. Picked up by Kozak. She drives it forward. Schumacher again. Frankie. Nice shot, just wide. Minahan trying to power that inside. Over to Frankie. Kozak backhands that one in the corner. Kyle Plata bodies up, takes it away. Hahn looking inside. It's Kozak. And the puck goes harmlessly back behind the net. Plata back out. A lot of time. Minahan has it. Over to Schill. D-to-D pass. Schill fires this one. That one did not sneak in. Kolana just pushes her into the net. That'll get waved off. You can't do that. That's getting close to almost being a penalty, isn't it? Yeah, you can't just shove the goalie into the net. Here it is, a replay. She just kind of, just takes her stick and shoves her in. .232 left in the second period. 4-3 freeze. Malia. There was no one defensively back there as Hahn's going to have to go pick this up and the free's got to clear out. Kozak now, she marches forward, gets it chipped back into the neutral zone once more. Puck gets driven in the neutral zone, number 18 of the Sirens. Blasts that one back, and Marshall picking up speed, winds up around E.B. Allen, loses that puck. Here comes Marshall. Topic and Hahn on the inside. Wanted to do a little pass, gets it tipped back. Still deflects. Marshall wraps around. There it is, and Hahn picks that up. Lots of room. Lots of room. Kozak and Kopic to her right. She has a shoot. It's going to go wide. Held up by Schill. Schill winds up, and she's going to launch that one. Deflected and off. Nice stop by that defender. About a minute left in the second period. Shot on. E.B. Allen jumps on that one. That'll stop it at 1 minute exact. 4-3 in favor of the Freeze. L'Esperance trying to move it out from the D position, gets it turned around, picked up by one of the Siren players. Just getting chopped and moved around. Not a lot of driving that puck. There they're looking up the ice to try to find Harper Tim. Wide open back there. Piper L'Esperance with 20 seconds. Now she wants to make her move. Comes right at us. Nice pass by Kylie over to Harper. That would be the end of the second period, and this is a game here, 4-3 in favor of the Freeze. end of the intermission. This game brought to you by the Hotel Lobby Podcast. Check it out on Spotify. Pretty enjoyable podcast, I'd say. You got 4 unique individuals. You ever watched the show Seinfeld, the show about nothing? I think that is what the Hotel Lobby is really all about. Nothing and everything at the same time. All right, the Freeze come back out. Marshall, Hahn, and Frankie Schumacher. Back on D, Abby Schill and Clara Kozak. Hahn, number 26, right in front of us. 31, Marshall drives that forward, gets a turnaround by the Sirens. Boy, that number 5 Schrader, she's dangerous out there. Kozak. Back to Schill. Schill makes a little move in front of their own net. Over to Claudia. Claudia now takes it near boards. Through the neutral zone. Kylie Claudia getting ahead of steam. Heading all the way down. And then turned around. Schill holding that blue line, but that'll be offsides as Frankie could not get back in time. And they're going to bring out fresh legs. Kylie. Kopic to the left, number 98. Minahan, number 7, right in front of us on the right-hand side. Piper, number 9. And Lauren Kotoa, 19 on the left defensive side. Ooh. Piper just got trucked. Pops right back up, though. Shot, and that's going to go wide, far corner. L'Esperance behind Evie Allen. Over to Cola, back to L'Esperance. Makes that pass over to Kopic. Kopic's going to go drifting into the middle over to Minahan. Minahan gets it out and pokes right back into that near corner. Wraps it around over to Kopic. Kopic chips it up, gets it over to Marshall. Malia. She lost that one. Kopic picks up the jump as an offsides on Minahan as she was about 5 feet over. It's 10-11 left in this third period. And the Freeze trying to get it together, get some more goals up. I'm seeing everybody's going like this instead of it's just a charge forward instead of finding those spots. Let's see what this next line here. There they kind of skate around and move in some spots. Chill. Over to Marshall. Fire back behind the net. From that team. Harper Tim inside, shot, score! Holly Hahn will get that one. Assist by Harper Tim. Freeze up 5-3. That's what they needed there. You look at that replay, it was nicely done as Tim picks that puck up, finds Carly Hahn in front of the net, and Carly Hahn finds that puck at home. Kylie Claudia off the puck drop, has this one, has Minahan skating on her right-hand side. Puck inside, bounces up. Back again. Plata. Over to Minahan. Minahan pushes that inside. Boy, that's almost a shot and a score there. Minahan, nice pass inside, and the goalie came out and almost ricocheted back into the net. Kozak over to Minahan. Minahan skating far boards. Marshall has us and heading right at us, and she's got to have a seam. Here comes Amelia. Makes a move, gets a shot off, and saved by the goalie. On along the boards. Has this one for a moment, gets it back to Shill. Shill's going to punch this one back behind the net. Shill heads off ice, replaced by Lesperance. Circles back around. Hahn now looking. She gets a shot off. Kick save. Puck gets moved into the neutral zone, picked up by Piper. Piper's going to march this one forward. Gets tripped up. No call. Puck is circling around the back of their net by the Sirens. Kopic now winds up. No one there. She just chips it all the way over the boards and nobody in particular. There again, you just want them to hold on to that puck just a moment longer and let that opportunity open up. Lesperance goes back behind Allen, looks up ice, circles the other way. Over to Kopic, chips off that stick. Back over to Lauren. Kola, she uses the board near boards, trying to get it over to Minahan. Now it's Minahan. Over to Marshall. Marshall moves this one forward, has Kopic to the left. Kopic has it. It's going to punch it back to Marshall. Marshall, oh! Wow, what a beautiful setup those two had there. Back and forth opportunity. And the Sirens are going back the other way. They'll get a shot off here. No, they won't. Taken away. Shill has it. Abby. Abby, 3-on-1. Looking for that shot. There it is off the ricochet. Kopic chips it back inside, and it's all Sirens there. They had like 5 of them. That's going to be a shot on net. Just side of it, and that'll be an icing. 6-12, 5-3 freeze. Look at this. Watch this movement. It's the top of the stick. Hey. Nice shot by Abby. Hahn and Tim stacked up in front of that. Plata trying to get over. She gets it over and chipped back by the Sirens. Shill fires that one inside. Puck's free in the crease. Popped over that near corner. Back around to Tim. Tim circles the net. Looks inside just wide. And that will ice. No, they waved that one off. Lesperance circles around the net. Heads up ice. Little move in front. Hands it off to Hahn, and Hahn now on the march. Carly Hahn with a shot. Must have got a stick on her defensively and poked it away. Sirens now at 5.5 minutes left in this game. Trying to get this out of their own defensive zone. Can't do it as that's Tim now steps up, wants to get it over to Plata on her right-hand side. Turn around by the Sirens again. Little breakaway, get around Piper. Lesperance, here comes Sirens with a shot. Even Allen makes a save. Five-minute mark. Lesperance again looks. Brings it back behind Allen's, heads the other way. Sees an opening, and she takes off. Nice little backhand pass to Minahan. Minahan now. One on her left hip pocket. As Marshall and Schill come out on the ice. Puck is just kind of sitting in the center. No one can take control of it until Tim grabs it. Tim. Wings around. That's offsides by a lot. 4:15 left in the third. 5-3 freeze. Schill over to Hahn. Hahn into the offensive zone. Hahn backhands that one, and it'll be covered up. Puck down, Frankie Schumacher. Oh, wow, launches that one. Nice save. This goalie has kept the Sirens in this game. Schill gets a shot off, goes wide. Hahn inside. Battle for that puck. Is it still? It scoots out. Schumacher lines back around. Gets over to Marshall. Marshall gets it chipped up back behind the net. Puck scoots all the way through, and it's going to be Malia's going to have this, number 31. Around Evie. Up the boards. Continues on and sent back the other way. There's that number 5 Schrader. Held up and taken away by Lauren Cordula. Nice D. Marshall again. Makes a move. One person to beat. It's a 2-on-1. Malia gets a chip back over the far corner. Has Frankie Schumacher inside. Gets that. Wow, almost scored on by the Sirens themselves. Shot on save. 2:43 left in the game. 5-3 freeze. Plata with Kopic and Minahan stacked over to the right. Piper Lesperance right behind Kylie, and it'll be Claire Kozak the other day. A timeout is called. right, timeout is done. The Freeze are heading back out on the ice. 2:43 left in the game. 5-3 in favor of the Freeze. I am guessing the Sirens coach, if they can get that puck down on their offensive zone, they're planning on pulling their goalie. We're going to do a straight setup here as the Freeze are spread out. Kalata. Kozak scores! Kalata on that center, gets it back to Kozak. Kozak drives that one back to the net, and now it's a mute point. Pulling that goalie, 6-3 Freeze. I didn't see what they were talking about. I didn't see what happened. I don't know. I'll have to ask her. I was looking down here. Puck's back. Kozak fires this one near boards. Wraps around. Sirens. Shill. Backhand using the boards up to Kopic. Kopic chips it inside. Number 13 for the Sirens hold. That's a easy offside. They're going to let that go, I guess. Ooh. Puck's back, shot on, knee saved by Kylie Kalata. Puck is going to dribble in front, and it's back again to that far corner. Minute 43 left in this game. Show. Ooh, hard hitting the boards. Anytime you leave with the head into the boards, not a good thing. Puck gets driven into the neutral zone. Kozak off her skates, back to Shill. Shill now. She's going to wind this one up ice in the neutral zone. Swing and a miss. Back to Kozak again. We're at the minute mark. People are on the ice all over the place. Play a backhand inside. Sirens move that one out with 55 seconds left in this one. Marshall shoots. Score by Harper Tim. William Marshall will get the assist on that one. 7-3. Now this little run of goals is more what I thought this game was going to be. Right in the beginning and right at the end, the Freeze crank her up. Puck back to L'Esperance. L'Esperance marches forward. She gets it stripped and heads the other way. Leah now punches that one into the center of the ice. 30 seconds left as the Sirens pick up. They're going to try to get around their own net. Tim was there. It does get out of the zone, and Malia with 20 seconds back to Piper. Piper off the boards. I think this is probably going to be it, as they're going to just go back and forth a little bit. 10 seconds left. Marshall winds around, makes a little move. Malia, 5 seconds, give her a shot. And up over the net, and that will be the end of the game. Please move forward with a win, 7-3. We will be back this early afternoon. I believe it's a 1 o'clock game against the Bobcats. Until then, See you later.